After today's Nama Sankirtan, before we submit our prayers at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, we shall see one event. There are many, many important, conspicuous Leelas of Bhagwan. Since they have been talked about, they are very popular among the devotees already. I'm not touching upon those stories. Here is a Sri Lankan by name Nainai Subramanian Kanagarthinam. He was coming to Tiruvannamalai like every other devotee for Deepam, and there would be lakhs and lakhs of people here in Tiruvannamalai attending this particular function. Now he came, he went to Arunachaleshwara Mandir, he visited Ramana Ashram, and then Seshadri Ashram, and then again he came to Arunachaleshwara Mandir. There he saw outside the temple large crowds moving towards a particular house near Chariot Mandap. When he inquired, they said, there's a great soul, a master here, and they were all going for his blessings. He joined the crowd. It was locked, but very soon Swami returned from outside. He opened the gate. He went inside, and there were some people with him. And then Swami sat there, and somebody poured something into his coconut shell, and Swami drank. And after that, Swami was asking a devotee to go and throw the rest outside. He wanted a devotee to wash it. So this devotee came out and threw this water, washed water from the coconut shell out. When the Sri Lankan devotee saw that, immediately came forward, unlike others in the crowd. He stretched his hand. Fortunately, a drop of the water fell on his palm. He was so happy, he licked it clean. A little later, minutes later, Swami came out because there was a huge crowd. He could not afford to have them all inside. He began to bless people, just standing there with his raised hand in benediction. And then he singled out the Sri Lankan and asked him to come forward and wished him, "Wish you well, my friend, you can go." The Sri Lankan devotee was very happy that Swami singled him out and spoke these benedictory lines, and he left. And after that he began to come. Every time he came to Tiruvannamalai, he would come to Swami to take his blessings. He used to carry a small picture of Bhagwan wherever he went, and he found it to be a great strength for him. His Nama and his photo. Another time when he came, he bought a bunch of bananas to offer to Swami, but Swami came out again and said, "You can now go to Arunachaleshwara Mandir and give it there. Wish you well. Wish you well, my friend. You can go." The same sentences like before. And this time, the devotee was a little upset because Swami said he had just come from Arunachaleshwara Mandir after a puja, the morning Abhishekam and puja. Now Swami is asking him to go there again. And what was more, he was asking him to distribute the bananas, to give it there. How would he, to whom would he give it? How would he do it? And the whole of Arunachaleshwara Mandir was crowded so much there was hardly any space for people to walk even. Anyway, he had to obey Swami's word. So he took the bananas, he went inside the temple and was wondering how to do it, what to do. He walked a little distance and then a Shivacharya was coming towards him. That morning that Shivacharya did puja, kumkum puja for the sake of this devotee. And then as soon as he came near, he saw this bunch of bananas, and then immediately this devotee, SriLankan devotee, Sri Kanagarthinam said, "This has been sent by Yogiji. He asked me to give it here." Immediately Shivacharya extended his hand and said, "Please give it to me, it is his prasad." He was very happy to have it. And this surprised Sri Kanagarthinam. How when Swami said something, how he made it easy for him also to do it. And then he went inside, but the Shivacharya said, "The screen is there, you cannot have darshan of Arunachaleshwara now." Again the Sri Lankan began to wonder, why would Swami ask me to come here and there's the screen, I can't even see that. And then he turned, and the direction in which he looked, they had kept the Rishabha Vahan, the vehicle, Lord Shiva's vehicle, the bull, on which was seated Lord Shiva with all decorations. It was a very beautiful sight, one he had never seen, heard people talk about, but he never could bring himself to see. It didn't happen at all. But then when he saw that, he became so happy that he was blessed with this darshan, and he knew instantly why Swami sent him here. Then this Sri Lankan learned whatever Swami did was absolutely right. It meant something good for him. So when he was back in Sri Lanka, in his room, he was living in a room in a temple, Shiva Subramania temple in Colombo. He used to buy lots of books also, and he had bought a few books from Tiruvannamalai on Yogi Ramsuratkumar. But he had so many books in his room, and he had piled them up everywhere. Once a certain Swami, a certain popular Swami, Jayanti was being celebrated, his devotees approached him. That Swami was Swami Sabharathina. His devotees approached him to write an article on Yogi Ramsuratkumar, because by then everybody knew that he was a devotee of Yogi Ramsuratkumar. So he agreed, but after he came back to the room, he wondered how to start, where to start, what were the details about him. As he was wondering and praying to Bhagwan, there was a knock on the door. When he opened, a youth entered, and he had a fan, the Palmyra fan, in his hand, just like the one which Swami held in Sannadhi Street house whenever he gave darshan. And what was more, he came inside and he asked very casually how to see this temple, Shiva Subramania temple. He wanted his guidance for going round the temple. After the talk was over, the youth left, but he left his Palmyra fan also in his room. The youth had kept it on a pile of certain books. Our Sri Lankan devotee was wondering why, when he was thinking about how to write an article and he wanted help, this man walked with a Palmyra fan and put it there on that particular pile of books. And he thought there must be something, this is a message from Swami. And then when he looked there, he found many books on Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Instantly he knew that Bhagwan had guided him to the right books. He wrote his article very beautifully. It came out so well that after the Jayanti Malar, after this souvenir was published, many people rang up to him or wrote to him to say that his article on Yogi Ramsuratkumar was outstanding. It was a flower with a unique fragrance. His son, Sri Sarangan, a musician, a student of Sangeeta Kalanidhi, K.V. Narayana Swami, he came to the ashram and gave a concert on the Jayanti day of Bhagwan. Now this Sarangan was also blessed by Bhagwan. Now he is in the London Tamil section, where he is trying to do some innovative music. Now, why I particularly describe these events, Swami had blessed so many people unknown to us, not so well known to all of us, but we see guidance in all these stories. How Bhagwan comes to the rescue to help, guide and protect his devotees wherever they are. There are many, many, many such people in different foreign countries chanting his name, depending upon him, leading a life dependent upon Swami. Now this Bhagwan of boundless compassion, there is no boundary to his compassion. He reaches out the whole world. And his Nama is a constant companion to many, many people in different parts of the world today. We shall appeal, we shall offer our prayers at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, who is here now